Elden Ring Nightreign is a co-op survival action game where you navigate a vast and dangerous field with other players. You must become one of the Nightfarers, fighting through the endless night and taking on scores of vicious foes over the span of 3 days. Once a country that thrived thanks to the power of gods. A country that thrived thanks to the power of gods. Limveld is now nearing its end, gradually being eroded by the night that has saturated the land. You will be deployed to Limveld to hunt the Night Lords as a level 1 character. In your current state, you won't stand a chance against that type of overwhelming power. You must gain the strength to survive by moving swiftly and skillfully. It's up to you to choose your route within the limited time you have before night falls. You can choose to hunt enemies and level up. Search for treasures, weapons, and items.
Maybe now? Maybe? Make sure I'm not crazy. Oh yeah, it's working now, I think. Sick, dude. Alright, we're gonna start over then. We'll go back from the beginning. That was a shit show. Alright. Pumped for Nightreign. Good thing I was had no audio for the first half. That's so weird. Well, I'm gonna remove this. Professional streamer, by the way. Oh my god. I'm just nothing coming out. Yeah. Let me make sure okay. Alright. Only took me 20 minutes. I had to delete Twitch and update it. I was just keeping you on your toes. Alright. Nightreign. Alright. I want to look at all the different trailers, go over everything. Now that I'm actually talking and I'm not speaking to the void for 20 minutes. Nightreign. Super pumped. Excited. Yeah, that's the new guy. I wonder if his trailer will come out.
Nightreign is a co-op survival.
Like I said, love the network test. Embarrassing story about it. I signed up for it for PC. This was what, January, February. Sign up for the network test for PC 4 times. Of course, they canceled the PC one because they're obviously not going to do a PC test. So I ended up, for the love of the game, I bought a PS5. I spent $500 to play the Elden Ring Nightreign free beta test. Not only that, I played the network test and then purchased the collector's edition. Dude, I am an absolute pay piggy for From Software. It's actually ridiculous. But can't wait to play it, bro. It's gonna be so good. We're gonna have to squad up. God, I loved carrying in the network test. You can definitely tell, playing it, who was carrying and who wasn't, because, well, after clocking in 400 hours last year, you learn the move sets and the moves of all the characters pretty quickly. So I ended up carrying a lot of the time with Duchess. Wilder's fun. I didn't like the Guardian. I never played Recluse, but I don't think I'd want to play Recluse anyway. I'm not smart enough for that. But super fun. Obviously, the map was the same every time. Pretty much everything but the weapons was the same every time. But as far as I know, from what I've heard, it's going to be different. Especially if they're able to pull from more bosses. I don't know very many Dark Souls 2 bosses, I will say. Played through all of 1 and 3. Don't know very many 2s. So I know a few of them that are popular, but other than that.
Survival action game, where you navigate a vast and dangerous field with other players.
And also, I played on a wireless connection, which I hadn't done in, 4 years, 5 years. And the map is actual places from the base game. Yeah, like, see, this is, like, Gatefront. I think, yeah, I think a lot of it's just, like, cut. Because a lot of Elden Ring was cookie cutter, right? Apart from a few things. So they just pieced it together in different ways. Which, I mean, is totally fine. I mean, it worked for me. No one's sitting like, man, I want it to be as big as base Elden Ring. I thought the size was fine. I never explored the full island ever in either of the. Uh, oh, is the map actual places from the base game? I think there's bits and pieces. Like, it's not actual places. It's its own separate thing. It's more like a mesh of a ton of stuff. At least in the network test, there was like a giant castle towards like the top of the map. And then there was like some like fields. There was like a camp. And there were like a few different fire prelate camps. There was like a giant church and a couple little churches. There was like a huge lake. And there were a couple other places, but I didn't make it to everything. And caves, but I never went in the caves. You just run out of time. Every time we played, we never had time because you just want to get as many levels as possible. But yeah, I think there's going to be more because I think they showed one of their first trailers. There's like volcanoes or something that can spawn and like other crazy shit that'll happen sometimes. I don't know if those are specific to like just a Night Lord or if those are going to pop up regularly. I guess we're going to have to see. I mean, it's 15, 16 days away. Also, I had to throw these on. Some blue light glasses, Walmart, $15. I got absolutely scammed. My eyes don't feel any more, I don't feel any less tired. All right, I'm talking too much. Yeah.
You must become one of the Nightfarers, fighting through the endless night and taking on scores of vicious foes over the span of 3 days.
Absolutely. Because you get paid piggies like me, and they're just going to buy it regardless.
Once a country that thrives.
Dude, right here. I showed this a minute ago. Dude, Ishizaki, absolutely. Dude, Ishizaki absolutely was like, yeah, we're doing it. Isn't that not just like the most obvious Attack on Titan reference of all time? Am I crazy? Am I seeing things that don't exist? I think it's sick. I just wonder what the final boss is going to be. I'm still holding out it's going to be Saint Trina. I remember... Oh yeah, there's a movie coming out? For Elden Ring? Yeah. I don't know if it'll be any good. I think to make it good, it can't be like Elden Ring, right? I think you have to like... Maybe the first one's only to like Godric. And if they do another one, maybe to like Morgott. And the next one to like Malekith. And then like a final one maybe. Because there's no way they can tell the actual like Elden Ring story. Or whatever. Or it'd have to be like a self-contained like Vike story. You know? I think that'd be super cool. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff coming out. I mean, it's an IP. Who owns them? Katagawa or something? I can't remember the name of the company that bought them. Like has a majority stake. So I think it'd be goated or horrible. Well, odds are stacked towards more horrible, but I mean, we'll see. It'd be good if it was. Only thing that sucks is I know they're absolutely never going to get another Elden Ring game, which sucks. But, you know, I am excited for the next big project because I am not buying a Switch 2. I'm not dropping $600 on a handheld. I don't even use my original Switches. I got scammed into getting one in college by all my roommates. Us and like a bunch of our other friends got the Switches during COVID. Like Switch Lights, they were like $150. Let's get that. Let's play Animal Crossing through the stock market. Waste of money. Never touch it again. All right, we got important
thanks to
things
the
to
power
do.
of gods. Limveld is now nearing
There's
its
the new
end,
guy.
gradually being eroded by the night that has saturated the land.
I had to say the connection
You will be deployed to
in
Limveld
the game when we were
to
playing
hunt the Night Lords as a
was
level
really
1 character.
wasn't bad.
In your
I had
current
to play on a
state,
wireless
you won't
connection,
stand a
which I
chance
hadn't
against
done
that type of overwhelming
in
power.
5-6 years.
You must gain the strength to survive
But
by moving
yeah.
swiftly and skillfully. It's up to you to choose your route within the limited time you have before night falls. You can choose to hunt enemies and level up.
The OST is so good in this game too. It's so fun.
Search for treasures, weapons, and items.
And then I think IGN has a bunch of
Infiltrate
deep dives.
bases
We'll look at
guarded by
those too.
soldiers to gather information from hidden operational maps. Or challenge powerful enemies
We did the map once.
wandering
but
the
it was-
land and lurking in heavily infested.
Here's the giant castle. I don't know if there's gonna be more of them or if those randomize. But the giant castle in the middle always had like, you could fight like the giant lions or whatever in the middle. Sometimes there's a giant upstairs with an like bow and arrow. You kill him and get like a purple soul, or you go to the basement and there's a crucible knight and that's also a purple soul. I'm pretty sure. Other than the Everjails would glitch out sometimes, the bosses from those, the game worked pretty fine. I think it'll run really good on PC with a wired connection, so I'll be good. I don't know how good it's going to be wireless. You know, sometimes I had some problems, but I never DC'd or anything, which is good for a network test. I mean, that's the whole point. But yeah.
Fortresses to obtain equally powerful rewards.
Oh, it's Archer.
Whether you choose to move together or divide and conquer, your character's skills, playstyle, and traits should guide your priorities. The layout of Limfeld will change each time you visit.
Okay.
With every
What
expedition,
is that? What is that? Looks
bases,
It's
types
crazy.
of enemies,
That was another
chest
castle.
rewards, and other features of the field will fluctuate. Sometimes your exploration may be
This happened a
interrupted
couple
by
times.
enemy ambushes. So you may
He has, like,
encounter
3 new
unpredictable
moves.
events, like sudden meteor
Shit.
strikes.
Oh, there's a new guy. He's got a katana. Looks like. Cause see, I thought that was Radon. This is what I was saying. Look, they've got the volcano or something. So is the ground gonna get destroyed? I wonder.
Even more dramatic changes can also appear, like erupting volcanic craters bubbling with lava, or dark forests shrouded
Ooh.
with corruption that rots anyone who dares explore it.
Urchin
In this
Avatar.
constantly shifting world,
All right.
you will face new choices as the battlefield evolves with each expedition.
Dude, these sucked. Dude, you'd roll up to one of these. At least in the network test, they'd be like purple, and they were always in like the same spots by like where the dragon was. I mean, that doesn't mean anything to any of you, but you roll up, and thousands of like ants would just roll out. There'd be like 40 or 50 of them. You know, they're not super hard, but they'd shoot you. Like, they'd two-shot you if they hit you. Those were a pain. I don't know if this is like the same thing or different. There's like 3 here. There's only ever 1 before.
Evaluate every situation. Use your skills to fight back and survive through the night.
Okay. Threats of the night.
As darkness blankets Limfeld, the night's tide will begin to cover the field, narrowing your range of traversal. And as night falls, you will be driven towards an unavoidable confrontation.
That's the Dark Souls 2 spider, right? I haven't fought it. I'll get to Dark Souls 2. I'll get to it. I'll probably end up playing it after Nightreign, probably. And then maybe Dark Souls 3 again. Before I do anything more with Elden Ring. Duke's Dear Freya. I think that's the name.
A harsh battle ensues as various powerful
DTS,
enemies
look at
arrive.
this.
Some of your allies may fall before their mighty
Super sick
attacks,
moveset.
but this isn't the end. Critically injured allies can rejoin the fight if
Oh,
you
that guy.
attack them using your skills and weapons.
don't
You
think
can
I've seen
also
him.
rescue them from afar, using tools like bows or magic. These battles are tough, but don't give up. Use all the powers you have gathered in Limfeld to survive and overcome.
Huh. Okay.
8 Nightfarers assembled.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is an 8. Also, this guy looks sick.
To defeat the Night Lord, each Nightfarer possesses different weapons and unique passive abilities.
Let's go into them all.
And ultimate arts.
Centipede Demon was fun.
Wilder, a knight proficient in a wide range of melee weapons.
Wilder looks so
throw
sick, though.
grappling hooks to pull enemies, or swiftly close distances. You can also launch explosive iron spikes that deal a powerful blow to any enemy. Guardian,
He's super fun.
a warrior equipped
like
with a
Wilder.
massive shield, excels in defense. Their skill, Whirlwind,
The bird guy's
lift
cool,
enemies
but
off their feet and
not my
deflect
style.
arrows. Their art, Wings of Salvation, repels approaching enemies.
But it was nice to have one on your
deploys a
team
magic
because he
circle
tanked
to
the
save
final
allies
boss,
from dire situations.
like the final Night Lord, the dog.
Iron an archer who never misses a foe's weakness, controls enemies from a
You better have
distance.
unlimited arrows.
His marking skill injures and pressures the enemy, greatly disrupting their poise and creating openings to exploit. His art, Single Shot, fires a supersonic arrow that pierces through every enemy and obstacle, ensuring no escape.
I'm probably have to play him. He looks fun.
Duchess, the virtuous thief,
Duchess is
with
so good, dude.
reflexes, uses her cunning to confuse enemies.
She doubles the
After
damage,
attacking, she can use the skill Restage
so
to
she basically
reenact
doubles
what
any
just
damage that's
happened
done
and deal
recently.
damage again. Her art, Finale,
She's got a super
hides
good
her
dodge.
and nearby allies from the enemy's view, giving them a chance to adjust their positions or create
And she has
an
like a
ambush.
special. I think each of the characters from the network test, I'm gonna assume the main full game, whatever their starting weapon is, they're gonna have a special moveset. So Wilder had a special greatsword moveset. She had a better knife moveset, and Guardian had a better halberd moveset. I didn't play Recluse, but as a mage, I don't think they have like a moveset. So I wonder if all the other ones are gonna be like that too. Because her special knife moveset was so good against what's it called? Was so good against like anything. Because if you get bleed on it, you could probably proc bleed 2-3 times in one combo. It was crazy.
Raider, a seafarer who is
Alright.
resilient and unyielding in battle, doesn't flinch at minor attacks, and
Oh,
rampages through enemies.
Oh yeah.
His skill, Retaliate, strikes
headbutt?
back with a powerful blow that cannot be interrupted by enemy attacks.
Just uppercut the dragon? Okay.
His art, Totem Stellar, summons a colossal gravestone.
Okay,
that
we saw this
serves as an
before.
attack to dispel enemies, acts as a wall to block projectiles,
Dude,
and amplifies the strength of allies
game's gonna be
through its
so
protective
fun.
aura.
Raider looks fun.
Recluse, a wielder of
She's way
ancient
too complicated for me. I'm way
magic,
too
collects
dumb.
the elemental attributes attached to enemies.
Dude, this is gonna be such a high skill character where if you have a friend or someone you know that can like that wants to play mage, this is like the ultimate support and offensive character. Because as long as she's like, because what she does is she'll like hit you. If someone has like fire, like she can absorb 3 different elements, and a combination of 3 will give her like one of like 50 different spells. So, and that tells her what her like move will be. From what I kind of saw. Dude, I'm not gonna be able to remember all that, right? But I feel like if you have a good one, like they're gonna carry. I never did have a good one. They were always down, but
and
yeah.
allies to produce
I think the
different
idea's
types
cool, though.
of powerful magic, such as lightning-based or fire-based spells. Her art, Soul
Her
Blood
ult is
Song,
really good though.
can also brand foes with an archaic glyph of blood that allows allies to recover health and magic by attacking them. By mastering the style, skill,
What? We're not even gonna
and
show 'em
ultimate
off?
arts of these Nightfarers, you may be able to survive
He looks so sick.
and defeat
Oh?
the night.
Is that the last one? Round table. Let's go.
The hidden round table hold serves as a base for Nightfarers
The music is so
preparing for battle in Limveld. Relics recovered from expeditions can
Oh, yeah.
enhance your abilities when equipped before deployment.
Yeah, I got a few of those.
Relics have a diverse assortment of effects,
I actually
ranging
have a lot
from
of them.
increasing stats to altering the performance of skills. Different
That's
relic
sick.
combinations can alter your gameplay experience, so try out different approaches
heals
and see
nearby
what
people,
suits
huh?
you best for the journey ahead. In a corner of the back room, A small
Ooh. Enables new relic right. Oh, I see. So each one of the characters from the network test, I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen. You can't. So right here, I think WoW there only had like a red and 2 greens, I think. But this is yellow and 2 greens. So it looks like because I got a bunch of money from the network test from beating it so many times. Looks like you spend it here. And this looks like every one of the characters. So you spend it here to unlock different layouts for what type of relics you can use. Because if you look, they were like different colors.
before deployment. Relics have a diverse assortment.
Yeah, see. So you can get different ones here. Because I think Duchess was like green, red, red or something. Anyways.
Owner of the back room, a small jar merchant operates a bazaar selling various goods. Once you accumulate the currency Merc, earned as battle rewards,
Nice.
might be worth checking what's on sale.
Ooh,
Using
outfits?
the fitting mirror, you can unlock new
Yo, that's sick right there, dude. I like the dawn, dude. Look at that. It's like gold.
costumes with Merc
Darkness, just if you want to be edgy.
and change your appearance.
Ooh, dawn looks pretty good.
These outfits allow you
Sick,
to change your Nightfarer's style to suit your tastes.
They look so good.
Some costumes might even look familiar.
Oh! Peak, dude. That looks so sick. Why'd they give him the bird wings, though? Is that supposed to be like a play on like Icarus or something? With the sun. Bloodborne. The designs are so sick, dude. So this is a Wilder. I wonder if we can use them on anybody. I don't think it makes sense to have the Archer be Bloodborne. Maybe I'm crazy.
As you battle against the night, fragments of your lost memories may return, giving you glimpses of who you once were.
Was this like
By
story?
recovering these fragments of lost memory, you can fill in the blanks of your Nightfarer's blurred recollections. In these memories, conversations with other Nightfarers or residents of the Round Table Hold might reveal new objectives. Achieving these goals during adventures in Limveld will help
Special
unravel the
objectives on the
past,
map, huh?
revealing each Nightfarer's origins and purposes. See why they have come together at this Round Table Hold.
Oh, we're grinding that out.
And why
Day
they
one.
fight.
We're gonna finish each character. So this must be the last one. Interesting. So I know there was a leak a long time ago, before we saw any of the character trailers, before the network test, just after the game came out. It was like some Japanese article or leaker or whatever said it was the director. Someone asked about spirit summons, and they said, yeah, there's a character kind of for that. I wonder if that's what she's gonna be. Fee, of course. It's a FromSoft. It's a game made by FromSoft. There's gonna be. We got exposed toes. Oh, lock in.
The Night Lords are the ultimate threat,
Gladius. He was good.
waiting for players on the third day in
That one
Limbo.
looks so sick.
The Nightfarers are the only warriors remaining who can stop them
Dragon.
and save this land from total obliteration.
The centaur looks so
Battling
sick.
a Night Lord, a being that boasts overwhelming attack power and toughness, will be more challenging than anything faced in Limbo.
Dude, that
However,
sound effects?
There are ways to resist this threat. By carefully navigating Limbo,
Okay.
acquiring more powerful tools and weapons with attributes effective against each Night Lord,
What a nasty looking dragon,
discovering
dude.
relics, and growing as a fighter through experience and observation.
Still.
Victory against the Night Lord will
was that
be
Nox?
within reach.
Isn't that the Nox thing? Looks too good.
Nation.
It looks so
Victory
good.
against the Night Lord will be within reach.
Dragons?
Set
God.
forth on this thrilling
No, dude. You know what this means, right? They're fighting an ancient dragon with lightning in the lake. Every time he does an electric attack, it's just going to go outwards in all the water, do AoE damage. God, that's annoying.
Within reach. Set forth on this thrilling and fast-paced adventure.
Roderick's got new moves too.
Filled with danger and achievement. Dare to stand together against the fall of night.
Absolute. Hey, we unboxing this. I got this on order. I think it comes with this. Elden Ring. It's one of these. I don't know what this is. Wait, what is that? I don't know what this is. I get the digital soundtrack, all the cards, and the book. Dude, the book's gonna be so cool, so nice to look at, dude. Plus, I get a DLC for free. As if I didn't just pay for it. Okay. And yeah, that's just talking about more stuff. I know IGN had some stuff. I gotta get the book too. It looks so good. I wish I got the Raider class hands-on. Alright, hold on. Let's do story.
Elden Ring is a game steeped with lore. Story details are everywhere, from traditional cutscenes, environmental details, conversations with NPCs, and, yes, the FromSoft classic, even
Faith Dex build? Yo, do we want to listen to anything this guy says?
buried within item descriptions. But Elden Ring Nightreign is a very different type of FromSoft game. It's an online-driven co-op PvE game with roguelite elements. That makes it a bit difficult to deliver the usual kind of FromSoft narrative. So, how is the story in Nightreign conveyed? Well, let's talk a little bit about remembrances. So, to start, let's break down what the story of Nightreign even is. And who better to break that down than game director Junya Ishizaki. Nightreign shares essentially the base setting and the world of Elden Ring, but it's played out on a different stage, so to speak. So there's this concept called the Night Lord, which is a sort of abstract phenomenon or calamity that has befallen the lands between in this alternate timeline, and much like a real-life calamity, it's something that's not done by design or intention. It's just something that has occurred naturally, and it's befallen the lands between.
Please be Radon again. Please be Radon again. It would be so fucking funny. Please be Radon again. Dude, I hope.
And it needed some sort of opposition. It needs something to oppose it. And that opposition comes in the form of the Nightfarers, who are these warriors who are entrusted with the fate of opposing and defeating the Night Lord and putting a stop to this terrible calamity. And that's the setup that brings together our 8 different character classes who are gathered from all across Elden Ring's world. Nightreign's story is more about filling in the details of who these 8 characters are, and what was their past before having this responsibility thrust upon them to defeat the Night Lords. And to learn that, we have the Remembrances. One of the stops that the player can make in the roundtable hold in between matches of Nightreign is a journal where you can view your character's remembrances. Some of these are just journal entries that reveal a little bit of information about that character's backstory.
That's not going to mean anything.
However, some of them are playable snippets of a moment from the character's past.
Ooh, like little missions.
When you launch into a playable remembrance, there will be a hazy dreamlike border around the screen, and you will be transported to the location of the memory. After talking with an NPC...
I've seen a bunch of clips they've shown in the overview and this. The Duchess, or like Firekeeper, is wearing a cloak. In the network test, she was just chilling in her normal outfit in the round table, and you could just talk to her. But both in these missions and just sometimes just around, she's in this cloak. So I don't know if there's like a tutorial or something where a majority of the time, like before she takes her cloak off, maybe. I don't know. I just noticed that.
Within a remembrance, you'll gain a personal objective. These will differ from character to character and remembrance to remembrance. For some, like the Iron Eye for example, your personal objective might be to launch into a match, travel to a specific marked location, and then defeat a mini-boss that will only appear there.
Dude, I never even thought about invasions. Maybe y'all just got a sneak peek. I think they did move some stuff around. Like, we saw some stuff we were and some stuff we weren't, to put it all together. Like, maybe some stuff that shows up later in the game versus earlier, just to kind of show off as much of the game as possible in the network test. Dude, I never even thought about invasions. That'd be so sick. Just tons of invasions. That'd be so fun. Like, obviously you can't get invaded, but like NPC invaders from like other games and, you know, other stuff.
There, if the Remembrance objective is active. Once you do, you'll gain an item that you can bring to the flashback, and then you'll be able to move forward in the next chapter of that character's story. As mentioned before, the objectives themselves vary between classes and remembrances. Wilder, for instance, instead of having to fight a boss, might have to find a specific item located in a cavern, which is a location that you might not generally go to due to the risk of being stuck in there when the ring starts to close in. Then there's the Raider, who has a completely different style of remembrance. He gets transported away from the Round Table Hold and must participate in gladiatorial-like one-on-one battles against a variety of bosses. It's an interesting and very unique departure when it comes to storytelling for a FromSoft game. I personally have only gotten a small taste of these individual character storylines, but what I've seen and played through so far
they changed the UI to make it a little easier to see. And they colored it. Used to just be white. And they didn't used to show these. They'd just be gone if they weren't in front of you. That's a good change. That's a really good change. The UI looks a little bit bigger. Maybe it's because I played on a TV. But yeah, this looks a lot cleaner. The runes used to be bottom right, I think, and they were always hidden. Maybe not. It's been a little while.
Eager to see more once I get my hands on the full game. For more exclusive Elden Ring Nightreign coverage, don't miss our...
Let's check out. What is going on?
While the bow has always been a powerful weapon in Elden Ring, generally it's meant as a support weapon.
No,
something you use
it's
to
not
pull
infinite
aggro,
ammo.
or
I just
to
saw the
weaken an
bottom
enemy
left.
from afar before switching to your main weapon once they get into range, or to cause that one bird to fall to its death and farm its ruins over and over and over again.
Bro, what year is it? Farming the bird.
But when you're playing as the Iron Eye in Nightreign, the bow is the heart and soul of the class.
This one looks cool.
Which results in a playstyle that's very much unlike any of the other 8 Nightfarers in Nightreign, and one that is probably the closest thing to a support class that Nightreign offers.
Crucible Knight Hippo? What a weird combo.
The first thing that I noticed while playing with the Iron Eye is that they are a very squishy class. They can, of course, use any weapon
Not
they
as much
pick
as
up,
the Duchess,
but the
dude.
main reason why you'll
Duchess
want
gets
to
one
always
shot
have a bow
at level
handy
15.
is mainly so that you can stay out of the fray and not have to worry about
is he a
taking
dash?
hits, because it doesn't take many to put you down, especially early on. Fortunately, your starting bow is pretty solid. It does decent damage and has Mighty Shot as its skill, which lets you attack from super far away, deal extra damage, and also deal some extra poise damage as well. It's also worth mentioning that the way bows work has largely been reworked in Nightreign. For one, they fire much faster, and you're able to move much quicker while shooting at a locked-on enemy. You also, thankfully, don't need a supply of arrows anymore. This does mean that you're stuck with whatever arrow type your weapon comes with, but it's definitely nice to not have to worry about how many arrows you have left, or potentially running out of arrows in a boss fight. As for other neat new touches, there's a new animation for when you shoot an arrow out of a roll. You're able to do cool acrobatic stuff like run up walls, leap off, and loose an arrow for style points.
That's so sick.
You don't have to go into first person mode when manually aiming, and you move much faster while doing so. The strong attack can fire a spread of 3 arrows that can hit multiple enemies at once.
Dude.
And yes, you can now backstab or use a visceral attack on a downed enemy with an arrow.
That's cool.
Basically, everything that was missing from the bow in order to make it a viable primary weapon in base Elden Ring feels accounted for here in Nightreign. The Iron Eye's main skill is Marking, which is a very fast dashing dagger attack that goes through enemies and leaves them with a mark that will add extra damage from all sources. It's got a very short cooldown, which means that you can basically always have it up on a boss as long as you're being attentive to when the debuff is active. It's also a great mobility tool as it lets you pass right through enemies to get out of the bad spot. Iron Eye's ultimate is single shot, which as the name implies, is a single powerful shot.
Sick, dude.
This is basically Mighty Shot on steroids. It takes a bit to charge up, but you're fully invulnerable during the animation, and once it's fired, the shot deals big damage.
It just looks fun, dude.
Virtually everything straight
What a fun
ahead,
class.
making it great at taking
may not
out
be the
groups of
best,
enemies
but...
all at once. What really makes the Iron Eye shine on a squad, though, is how good they are at reviving allies from a safe distance. You see, the way ally revival works in Nightreign is that when someone goes down, there's a little partitioned circle that fills up above their character. By attacking your downed ally, you're able to empty that circle little by little, and when it's all emptied, they will return to life. Most classes need to get up close and put themselves at significant risk to try and revive an ally. Or they must expend mana to cast a ranged spell, or maybe even use their ultimate skill. But the Iron Eye can do it safely, from a distance, and without using any resources. That's an extremely valuable thing to have,
here's the
and
new
it can
boss.
be the difference maker between a successful and a failed run. The downside is that every time an ally faints, another partition is added to the circle. And while the Iron Eye is great at rezzing allies that have only gone down once or twice, they will struggle to revive an ally that requires all three parts of the circle to be cleared, since they just don't have that kind of damage output from far away, unless they use their ultimate just for revival. While they may not be able to dish out the same kind of damage as some
Every
of
character
the other
does look
classes,
really fun to
the
play.
Iron Eye's presence is always felt on the squad. Between their marking ability that makes everyone hit just a little bit harder, to their passive that increases the amount of items that everyone finds, to their mob clearing ult,
Yeah, the mob
and
clearing
to their
ult is
unique
huge.
ability to easily and safely revive people from a distance, the Iron Eye's utility is nearly unmatched among the rest of the Nightfarers.
Yeah, it's like playing
For
Loba
more
and
of our
Apex.
exclusive IGN first
And it's
coverage
just a
on
good pick,
Elden Ring Nightreign,
always.
don't miss our Night Lord reveal
Okay.
gameplay, and for everything else in the world of video games, stick.
Let's go. Today we'll go over any other ones. Raider. Here we go. This is what we want. The bosses all go to 2 from what I can tell. They look like it. I don't know if you've seen any gameplay of the three-headed dog from the network tests. Like the first Night Lord. That's a fun one. Gladius. He's a super fun one. He's pretty easy, but he's fun.
One of the great things about Elden Ring has always been the diversity of playstyles that it enables. And one of my favorite playstyles is loading up on strength, grabbing the largest weapon I can find, and crushing foes with posture-breaking jumping.
You're lying. I just saw your build. You're running Dex and Faith, brother. Fake.
Attacks and charged up heavy strikes. If that's you too, then allow me to introduce you to the Raider in Nightreign.
I might play Raider for the first day.
While the Guardian, the other big burly class with lots of health and affinity for big weapons, is more focused on defense with a shield as a starter weapon and an ultimate ability that can mitigate damage for the entire party for an extended period of time.
Centipede Demon was really
The
fun.
Raider is designed as an absolute offensive powerhouse. The most important ability of the Raider is Retaliate, which initially might not seem like a very strong skill on its own. After all, it's just 2 stomps that deal a bit of physical and poison damage. But the real magic is that thanks to the Raider's passive, he cannot be knocked down while doing Retaliate. This means that the Raider basically has a free damage soaking technique that will let you totally armor through pretty much any enemy or boss attack, with the added bonus of that weak second stomp getting replaced by an extremely powerful punch that will stagger even the largest enemies, if you manage to absorb an attack that would have done a substantial amount of damage.
So you want to save it for when you're
Then
about to
there's
get
the
hit.
Raider's ultimate, Totem Stella, which has him slamming the ground and causing a large totem to erupt, dealing big damage to any.
Into the box he goes.
Causing a large totem to erupt.
He locked him in there. Alright. Caught him like a Pokemon.
Dealing big damage to anything around it. Like all the other ultimates in Nightreign, this is an incredibly powerful technique that can alter the tide of a fight. Not only does it deal big damage, but the totem is climbable, giving both you and your teammates either a safe place to lay low or a vantage point to attack from. In addition to that, it also gives everyone a damage buff as well, meaning it's one of the first ults you'll want to coordinate using so that the rest of the team can benefit from it. The Raider starts with the Raider's Great Axe, which is a pretty solid starting weapon that deals some fire damage and has the Endure skill affixed to it, which basically gives you another way to absorb and power through enemy attacks in case Retaliate is on cooldown. Still, you'll definitely want to find a better weapon as the nights get closer, and large strength scaling weapons are definitely the Raider's go-to style of weapon. Of all the classes I played in Nightreign, the Raider is definitely the one that I had the most.
So, I'm trying to think. I think running Iron Eye, Raider, and Duchess might be the play. Because you run Iron Eye to get more items, like they said, to get better weapons for Raider and Duchess, and then she can double any damage that he does as well. I think that's the combo. Also, before you fight a night boss, you fight like a bunch of minions. There's a lot of Black Flame monks. Are we getting Godskin Trio? Is it finally happening? I think it's happening.
Fun with. It's the one that is most well suited for one-on-one battles, which is appropriate because its remembrances, we'll talk about those later on in the month, have you fighting in one-on-one boss fights in a sort of gladiatorial arena, which is a nice change of pace. For more hands-on impressions of the most recently revealed classes in
Alright. I know they did Exploring Limveld. Alright. Oh, whoa, whoa, where we at here? I'd be mad if it's Godskin Trio. Bro, it's Godskin Quartet. What are you talking about? Just make this... Oh, it's so blurry.
One of the biggest questions left over after Elden Ring Nightreign's network test back in February was, how will the world of Limveld change in the real game? After all, Nightreign is, for all intents and purposes, a roguelite, and one of the core elements of any roguelite is a degree of randomness or procedural generation that ensures that every run feels just a little bit different. Nightreign has that in the loot department, with every run giving you different rewards and forcing you to cobble together a build based on what you're able to find within that run, and also in the enemy and boss department, since none of the boss encounters are static, with the sole exception of the Nightlord battle on day 3. But as far as the world of Limveld,
one thing I haven't seen any of the promos, and it wasn't in the network tests, no major like bosses from base Elden Ring other than Morgott. No Melania, no Fire Giant, no... I guess we saw Godric. I guess that's not true. Dude, imagine you're in the middle of a fight and Melania ambushes you. Dude, imagine her updated moveset. Dude, that might be the most frustrating fight. If she still has her heal on... I low-key think this takes place in the future. It kind of might. They said it's like a parallel world, but it's like in the future a little bit. Dude, I wonder... Dude, if Melania still has the heal on hit effect, it's GG's. There's no way you're keeping randoms from not getting hit. God, that would be terrible. Also, look at this map, dude. We got a whole volcano right here. Oh yeah, that castle's still in the middle.
we never really got a chance to see how it changes from run to run during the network test. During my 2 days of playtime at FromSoft's office and over the course of about 10 full runs, I got my answer to that earlier question. Here's how Limveld will change from run to run in Elden Ring Nightreign.
Okay. Let's go, Mitchell.
Actually, we jumped the gun. Before we go into the ways that Limveld will change, let's quickly establish what doesn't change. The overall structure of Limveld will not change. The shape of the island, the major geographical features, the positioning of cliffs, rivers, and lakes, all of these will be the same, barring a few major exceptions that we'll cover in just a bit. The locations of Sites of Grace, Everjails, the launching Spirit Springs, cave entrances and exits, the spectral trees and the wind currents, all of these are static and do not change location from run to run. There's also a giant castle that features exceptionally tough battles and big rewards right smack in the middle of the map that will never change. Everything else, from the locations of all the rest of the points of interest, the types of rewards offered at those points of interest, to the wandering mini-bosses and the bosses that you fight at the end of Day 1 and Day 2, are left completely up to chance. That said, there are two other huge factors that can completely alter a run. The first are world events known as Shifting Earth.
Shifting Earth, huh?
Occasionally, before you even launch into a
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Dude, they're showing them off the bosses. Tricephalos, that's Gladius. That's the three-headed what's it called? Dog. Gaping Jaw, that's the dragon. Equilibrious Beast is the Libra, I think is what it is. We'll probably check out the fight after this. Dark Drift Knight. That's probably the what's it called? The Centaur. So Sentient Pest. Okay. Augur looks like a dragon or something, maybe. Fissure in the Fog. Fissure in the Fog is definitely a dragon. Almost looks like Seath or something. You're good. What's up?
I was just coming to say I love you and have a good night.
Okay, I'll be in bed in a little bit. Leave Maple out.
Have a good night. I love you.
Love you too.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
You live?
Yes.
Oh. Hey everybody, good night.
We're gonna have to fight the dragon while it's foggy. I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, Fissure in the Fog. It almost looks. It's giving me like Seath vibes. Augur. This is either like a mouth, or it's like a dragon head. And then the Pest, if we look here, is that's a head there, antennas, and it's like, I don't know. So Equilibrious Beast. This gives me demonic vibes. How about that? Whatever it is, I'm sure it's going to take advantage of the fact that it's foggy. I'm sure they're going to go all out. I want to look at this beast thing. I have heard stuff about it that's like almost like a raid boss. Like there's mechanics that are like different than like a normal boss. Like it's not like Gladius where you just fight a big enemy. Like there's certain things you have to do. Otherwise you'll like die or whatever. You're like your whole squad will just get wiped. We saw it earlier. Yeah, we did see a little bit of it earlier. And it is interesting because this is such a fun, well, I guess I should say fun, but it's an interesting boss design because it's like kind of like the, who is it? It's not Baphomet. One of the demonic entities with the goat head. It's not Satan. It's, and they put like the 3 fingers up, which is what he was doing a couple times with the staff. It's just kind of cool to kind of see that. You know, giving you loss of sanity and madness, like driving you mad. You know? A goat-headed being who pretends to be a man. Said to be able to use dubious forms of alchemy, counterfeit gold, causes loss of sanity, beckoning madness. However, those who foment madness are sure to succumb to the self-same malady at the end. Man, I am an idiot. Oh, look. Target. And then there's something else here. Is that to like party up or like something else? Is it earlier? Wendigo? No. Let me see if I can pull up the picture. It is... Yeah, it's Baphomet. I was right. It's Baphomet. Okay, yeah. With like the 3 fingers up, which is what he was doing a lot. I knew it. And Baphomet has a goat head, man body. Well, not man. It's like half man, half woman. What do you call those? Oh man, there's a word for it. What is it called? Chimera. My God. Okay, got it.
Level, you'll be made aware that there is a shifting Earth modifier
Oh,
in
I
effect.
see.
In our playtime, the one we encountered
No,
was
not
Crater,
gargoyles,
which
please.
transformed the northern section of the map, placing a giant crater in the middle and rivers of lava all around it. The enemies around and inside the crater are no joke, and wiped the floor with us when we first attempted to even get close enough to investigate the crater on the first day. But investigate it you should, and you should do so as soon as the second day begins, if you're up to the challenge. Exploring the crater took us pretty much the entirety of the second day, but when we
That's
did
good, though.
eventually make it all the way to the bottom, we beat a boss that granted us an epic rarity level reward by itself,
Awesome.
but then also the unique reward of being able to take any weapon in our arsenal and upgrade it to the maximum level for free.
Dude, that is so good. But can you use it, though? Because you have to be level 15 to use legendary weapons. Maybe it lets you use them if you do it this way.
It's a risky endeavor though,
Yeah, it
because
must
in
let
order
you.
to escape the crater, you need to use a bunch of spectral trees and ride the hawks from platform to platform as you try to escape, which will certainly lead to nail-biting escape sequences when you take too long in the crater and now must race against the clock to get out while the circle closes in around you. The other big way that runs can change are through the appearances of certain events that seem to occur completely randomly and can throw a huge wrench into an otherwise routine run. I've seen only a couple of these, and some might be familiar with the Margit invasion from the network test, in which Margit the Fell will just all of a sudden jump into your game and just mercilessly hunt your squad down wherever they are. But a new one that I encountered involved the appearance of a swirling tornado-like phenomenon in the sky. When our squad approached it, we were suddenly attacked by a very tough group of AI-controlled Nightfarers who seemingly
Dude. So peak. Just what I wanted.
invaded us from another world. Like typical NPC invasions in Elden Ring, these enemies were smarter and hit a lot harder than typical enemies, making it another big risk-reward consideration to explore the areas near one of these ominous swirling tornadoes in the sky. The most impactful of all these random events, though, was the appearance of a mysterious boss that would attack from miles away with mortar shots.
What was that, like a random face for a second?
The most impactful
Oh,
of
it's the
all
map.
these random events, though, was the appearance of a mysterious boss that would attack from miles away with mortar shots of level-sapping bugs. That's right, get hit even just once by these telegraph mortar strikes, and you lose a level. It's not
Oh
even
my
limited to just
God.
losing one. Get hit again, he'll take another level from you. The only way to get those levels back is to find and kill the boss by following the bugs to his hiding spot. Unfortunately, I don't have footage of this, nor do I know what the reward is for killing him, because by the time we found the boss by following the bugs, the circle had started encroaching, and we just wouldn't have been able to kill him before the circle killed us. I'm not gonna lie,
That is
it was
so bullshit. One thing that's miserable in this network test, well, I guess I shouldn't say miserable, but if you weren't, like, end of day 1, you should probably be about level 8 or 9, right? 8 or 9, roughly. 9 if you were doing really good. 7 or 8 was more likely. By the end of the second day, before fighting the final boss, you need to be ideally level 15. I never got to it, but level 14, 13 at the absolute, like, least. If you're not at those levels, you will just die, regardless of how good you are, because you just don't have the levels to do either damage or to stay alive with, like, stamina or health. That's gonna suck.
Pretty soul-crushing to have to just give up on those levels that he stole from us, and it really kind of doomed our run from day one.
Yeah, I can
There
tell.
are certainly more of these that
Yeah, doomed his run at day 1. He's level 5. Like, he lost 2 levels. He went from 7 to 5, and that lost them the run. That's devastating.
still haven't encountered, like the Forest of Corruption, the Madness Towers, and more that we see in the overview trailer released by From Software. It's worth mentioning as well that if you don't like the shifting earth modifier that will affect the world, you can use the bed in the round table hold to sleep to either remove the modifier or have it replaced by something else. As devastating as some of these modifiers can be, I'm nonetheless eagerly anticipate seeing more of them. They inject a healthy level of chaos into what otherwise might
Why
start
would you
to
not?
feel very routine, and led to some great emergent moments with high emotion between me and my squad mates as we raced to escape the crater, or panicked at an unexpected ambush, or felt true despair as we realized the levels that were stolen from us were gone forever. Moments like these are the heart of any good roguelite, and hopefully Nightreign is able to keep them coming at a steady pace. For more of our exclusive IGN
Dude, sick. Oh, here we go. No, I want to look at I think they had a whole thing on just that boss. Right here. The music is so
May's
good.
IGN first is Elden Ring Nightreign. We spent 2 days at From Software's office in Japan and have returned with a whole month's worth of gameplay reveals, hands-on impressions, interviews, and much more.
Look at
To
that
kick
moveset.
things off,
She's
though,
so fun.
here's a brand new reveal of one of the 8 Night Lords you'll be facing off against, Libra, Creature of Night. Now, full disclosure, we eventually did get a successful run, as you're about to see, but our entire first day at From Software's office was us trying over and over and over again. Sometimes we went into the fight a little bit underleveled. Other times we just got destroyed by one of the boss's attacks that we weren't familiar
Oh,
with
you
yet.
gotta destroy
And
all that.
other times still, we just simply got outplayed. But we regrouped on day 2, came in with a game plan, and had a really good run leading up to the boss, and this was the result.
Dude, what did I say? They're running 2 Raiders and a Duchess. I told you Raider and Duchess are going to be like this. This game seems better than I originally thought it would be. I knew it'd be good, but dang. I know. I knew it was going to be good. I didn't think it was going to be this good either. And look, maybe they're fluffing it up, right? All I'm saying is every other game they've released in the last several years, or DLC or whatever, they've underplayed it. So we could say they're blowing this out of proportion, but I have a feeling they haven't even shown the IGN or other influencers that have played it even a fraction of how, like, what it can do and like what it'll be like. But that's just me. Also, Duchess Raider, 2 Raiders, but if it was Iron Eye, I think I'd still be right. I think that's gonna be the absolute, like, dream team.
Make your choice.
One of great strength, resistance to ailments, want to hold death at bay, or refuse to make a deal. Scale bearing merchant, huh? Like you give something to him, maybe? Or you give and take, maybe?
It is done. The time is ripe.
Small bubbles. A lot of stuff to avoid. Two Raiders seems broken. fast. That's good. Oh, he's pissed now. Phase 2. Alright. Dude, it looks so good. Dude, come on. There's the double damage. No, they trapped him in the box. Panic roll. Explosive bubbles. Oh, shit. Dude, he's bouncing around everywhere. I'm surprised Duchess is eating these attacks. She got one shot in the beta at level like 15. Dude, looks so good. Literally insane. Alright. Literally couldn't be more hyped for this. God, but just rub my nose. I come back to streaming and my allergies come back. Haven't had them in months. Alright. What was I going to do? I can't remember. I want to find... Is this going to stay open if I open Steam? Yes. Okay. That's fine. Actually, no. Let's see if there's anything else that's come out. We need to talk. So crazy they haven't revealed this class. I'm gonna be playing this so much, dude. I'm gonna be playing... I'll be playing it a lot. What do we got? Bro, honest opinion? Let me tell you my honest opinion. I pay $250. I'm going to love it. I'm going to convince myself to love it. I think we just saw all this stuff. What do you got, bro? What's
Alright, what's going on?
What's Ziostorm got going on? Nothing? Alright.
Alright, what's going on, guys?
Alright. We don't need all that. Okay. I think that was it for the most part. Let me pull up Steam. Yeah, so Space Marine 2. Maybe we'll play a bit of that on Friday. Just return to it maybe Friday and this weekend. Or we could do Helldivers. Might end up doing Helldivers Friday. Try out the new update for a few hours. And then maybe do Space Marine 2. I think there's a couple new operations. Trying to think if there's anything else that's come out recently. Don't think so. What I got in the backlog here. I don't know. Nothing on there. There is a couple games I do want to play. I don't know if I'll have time to do them before Nightreign. We'll have to figure out something to do until then. Maybe we'll do a horror game, a stream, pick a few of them, and then yeah, I'll probably do horror games. Maybe we'll do like random games. I'll buy like 10 random keys and then just see what kind of garbage we can Steam garbage we could play. So horror game, it should be house. I think I have that on my saved on there somewhere. I'll have to see. Money's been tight, so I'll we'll see what we got time for. I do want to play. I have both of them downloaded, but I haven't had time. I don't want to get into them before Nightreign. Oh, Lord, I don't want to get into them before Nightreign. If it ends up being like what's it called? Like I don't have time to finish them, because once I start playing Nightreign, that's all we're playing for like a month and a half. Until I've beaten everything solo, you know, unlocked everything, 100%ed it. But before then, I'm trying to think. You know, we could do a thing checking out Oblivion. I made a character, played for 10 minutes, and then stopped playing. It could be fun to do some Oblivion. That's something I want to play a lot of, but just once at least. Let's see. I know I had something else saved. Nightreign, yeah. The I think was it the first Berserker and Lords of the Fallen. Sometime this year we'll play both of them. And Liza P. We've got all of those to play. I'll probably 100% all of them, more than likely. But Hollow Knight and Nine Souls. I have both of those as well. I actually have those on Game Pass. I was waiting to beat those so I can cancel my Game Pass. So after Nightreign, if I get burnt out at some point, maybe we do Hollow Knight or Nine Souls. I've never really been a fan of side scroller, games like that ever before. But I feel like, it'd be kind of fun to play those and kind of hang out. I'm probably not going to go for 100% on those. I don't care that much. But they look fun. I heard a lot of good things about Nine Souls specifically. So I'm super pumped about that. And I would try Doom, the Dark Ages, but I don't know. I haven't heard incredible things about it. I know the other ones are good. Let's see. Trending. Nightreign is one of the top sold games right now. Hey, that's good. We love to see it. The only thing I know I saw once, I'm not going to pull it up. No, I probably shouldn't say it. I saw some one leaked boss, right? And it looked really good, and they had like a ton of new moves. But I don't know if I could say. I don't know if I'll get shot. I don't have like a deal or like an NDA or anything, but it is technically a leak. But it is very cool. Let's just say they're a pretty good boss from Dark Souls 3. Supposedly. yeah, probably should have came in here with a bit more stuff to watch, but I just wanted to hop on and talk, kind of get things set up, get back into the flow of it, make sure I'm streaming, and when I speak, audio's leaving my computer. Yeah, that was sick. Hey, we gotta get Game of the Year. Dude, I don't know how good it'll be. I don't think it'll be Game of the Year. I don't know how many roguelites get Game of the Year. I think it's too sandboxy for it. Am I gonna vote for it? Yes. But I have a buddy that's been playing a lot of Expedition 33. I haven't seen any gameplay on it. Nothing. But he said it's really good. He enjoys it. And he's not even a turn-based guy. He said it was really good, and he had a lot of fun. So I feel like it's gonna be that, or what else has come out? Monster Hunter. I mean, I guess people kind of stopped talking about Monster Hunter for a while. After like a couple weeks. What else has come out? Not GTA 6 anymore. Okay, we got Expedition 33. Doom's not getting it. Even my neighbor's been playing Expedition 33. I mean, I heard it's good. I'm not a turn-based guy. I've never liked it. I hate it. I despise it. I mean, Pokemon was about as far as I'd go. Right? Playing some Pokemon Red or White. That's about the extent I go when it comes to playing turn-based. It's never been my thing. I mean, the only turn-based RPG I've ever played. Don't dislike turn-based, but it's not great. It's just not my thing. And that's totally fine. Look, I like looking at... You know what I like doing? It's not good because it keeps me from streaming. I like watching a map and my colors slowly get bigger over time. Like an Excel spreadsheet. That, I'm not diagnosed, but I'm pretty sure after playing those. That's my guilty pleasure, stuff like that. Not turn-based. And I'm not really an RPG guy, really, even that much. Pokemon Nuzlocke. I heard those are good. I mean, I'm not a huge Pokemon guy, but I if I ever did if I ever was able to stream full time or whatever, I'd totally do a Nuzlocke challenge or something, or a charity Nuzlocke thing. I think that'd be cool. The only person or I've ever seen Pokemon gameplay on. God, this was a few years ago now. I didn't watch them do a Nuzlocke. I think I watched a couple episodes. It's what's his name? He's so funny. I'll throw him on the background. It will feel like a whole new game. It's so much different. I know, it's like a randomizer for the most part, isn't it? The only person I would watch Pokemon stuff from was... Oh, man. What's his name? Oh, my God. He's the one where that audio came from. He's like, Rabombi! What's his name? God. Oh, fuck, dude. I don't know why I think he's wearing a red shirt or a red hat all the time. What is his name? My God. I like his stuff. He's funny. He's got glasses. Oh, my God. It's going to kill me. It's way too late for me to be trying to recollect things. Ribombe. I'm looking it up. I'm gonna have to. Hold on. Can I? Here, we'll switch here. Just talk. Rabombi, please survive. Apollo the Almighty. No, it's not a randomizer, it's just a regular playthrough, except for Pokemon Dice, you can't use it anymore. Oh, I see. One on each route. I see. Okay, I thought it was like the randomizer. So do people do randomizers and Nuzlocks? I feel like that's like even more fun. Like that's more entertaining. Is this the
This Dragon Ball Z ass move he's about to use, bro. Light that burns the
This is my favorite Pokemon clip.
Dragon Ball.
Yo, we're pulling this up. I love this guy. He's so funny, Apollo. Oh my god, I love this clip.
This Dragon Ball Z ass move he's about to use, bro. Light that burns the sky. Ribombi, please survive, please. If this Ribombi actually survives this shit,
the
go
Butterfree?
status, go status. What is going on right now, man? Ribombi! Please don't kill it, bro. Oh my god! Is that a spirit bomb? It might be good though.
It might be good, though.
Ribombi! This Dragon Ball Z ass move he's a
He act like Robombi like it's fault, bro. He's the victim. Oh my god. All that to kill a bee, dude. I love that. That might be my favorite Pokemon clip of all time. Ribombi, please survive this. Oh boy. Yeah. Is it? I don't even know what that's from. Which game that even is. Only ones I've played through is red, white, and maybe black. Played through like a majority. I like kind of beat. Oh my god, what the hell is going on with my light? Just make my teeth look like. Alright, we're gonna talk like this. I think I got scammed into buying Scarlet and Violet with my friend. Was I in college? No. I was way too old to be tricked into buying that game. Dude, I think I beat that one for the most part. Or I got to like the end, but that was about it. Also, I gotta get this office cleaned up before the next stream. My lord, dude, I'm Asmon Golden Axing right now. I got this whole mess over here. Started fighting one of the worst games. Those might be just some of the worst games ever, just in general. Not even Pokemon. Not even Pokemon related. Those are terrible. That's the reason I'm never buying another Switch or anything like that. That's complete bullshit. I'm not gonna be able to play the new FromSoft game. It is what it is. I'm not spending $250 to or like no, they're 500, aren't they? I'm gonna spend $500 to play a well, I spent $500 to play a beta, so I guess I'll do anything. It's so boring, bro. Dude, the maps wouldn't even load in. I remember one time I had to like chase like a bunch of sunflowers, or like they had to chase me around somewhere, and it lagged my system so bad I had like 2 frames a second. It took me like 20 minutes to finish that like quest. I've been playing Pokemon forever, so when that came out I was so disappointed. The crazy thing is, right before that came out, my friend had been gassing me up because he bought a Switch. Like the only thing I had on it, like I said, is me and all my friends bought Animal Crossing to like cheat the stock market or whatever. But I remember he got, what's it called, Arceus. And he loved Arceus. He's like, dude, this is so good. It's a huge step forward for Pokemon. And I was like, all right. And then they announced Scarlet and Violet, and everyone's like, all right, this is going to be the next move. No. This new one looks even worse in Paris. It looks terrible. And it's going to sell a more $1 billion. And it's absolute dog water. Did I even ever beat Pokemon White? I don't know if I did or not. I'm pretty sure I did. I know I beat Red. I think I have it on my phone. I have it on like a emulator, I think. Oh man. Dude. And then I've got this to do. I'll probably do this on stream one day. We've got a few things to paint. All right. Dude, we got just a base tactical squad. Gonna make some Blood Angels. And Astra Militarum. Legends Arceus is decent. They took the dodge mechanic from Elden Ring to actually somewhat fight Pokemon. And I think that's cool. I think you had to like throw a ton of different Pokeballs to like do damage or whatever. As well as attacking, I'm pretty sure. Looks super fun. Dude, I need to stop hitting this. I don't know what I need to do. There. Yeah, we gotta get these bad boys painted. Sometime. I've taken a break from Warhammer last couple months. I can feel it. I feel like if I play Space Marine 2, I'm gonna be back into it pretty hard. I can only have about 2 hyperfixations at a time. And for the longest time, it was, dude, my lord, this light is making my teeth look bad. But I stopped playing Pokemon for a long time, but Nuzlocke make it feel new and way better. Yeah, it's just because you're adding a extra challenge, right? Like, same thing goes for Elden Ring. Elden Ring is the same game over every single time. But beating it with a dagger, beating it by only leveling strength, using a certain weapon, parries only, doing something really hard, it's going to feel completely different. That's just how it is. And the same thing goes for Pokemon or the other turn-based game I played a long time ago. I was young. Dragon Quest VII, Sentinels of the Starry Skies. I've still got it. I've got it right there in my DSi. I remember playing that. I never beat it. I was too young, and I was way too stupid to figure out how to beat anything that for the longest time. But I would play it to a certain point where I couldn't beat a boss, and I just restart. But yeah. We'll probably take off here in about 5 minutes. What's the worst game ever that I've ever played? I'm trying to think. Worst game I've ever played. Like, there's objectively bad games and those games I hate. Let me pull up my Steam. I don't think it's on Steam, but maybe this will jot my memory. I'll tell you one game I was really pissed off about. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. It still doesn't run on my PC. I have a 3070 Ti. It crashes and it's all buggy. Some Digimon game. Dude, Smite is absolute dog shit. I remember playing that with a buddy of mine. We played like 5 games and I was like, yeah, this is terrible. Dude, hot take, Outer Worlds. Maybe if I went back and played it, maybe. I did not like it. I played it for like 45 minutes. Not my thing. What else we got? Halo Infinite 2. Halo Infinite, what a sad game, dude. The Digimon game, every single mission is a maze with no map. That sucks. Destiny is a fucking super stinker in my opinion. Dude, what was on the Xbox that was just terrible? I'm trying to think. What was terrible on the 360? There's one that was, I would play it, but I hated to play it. Kingdom for Keflings came free with my Xbox 360 in like 2014. Terrible. Or 13 maybe. That shit was awful. Yeah, I really don't buy a lot of games. And never did growing up. I only got like the stuff I really, really wanted. Really. Like I wasn't gonna spend money because I had to buy my own. I wasn't gonna spend money on a game that I didn't like or I knew I wasn't gonna like. Um, dude, maybe what's it called? Connect Sports. That was some hot garbage. Or dude, Call of Duty. Shit, any of the last Call of Duties other than Modern Warfare 2019 for the last 10 years has just been not good. Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2, those were good. Call of Duty, uh, Call of Duty World War 2, I hated that. The other Sledgehammer one, I didn't even buy. COD fell off bot. Dude, the fall off is crazy. And I thought Black Ops 6 would be different. I bought it. I got tricked. I got hoodwinked. I played it for 2 weeks. Never played it again. Didn't play the campaign. Still haven't. I played the zombies. I probably played more zombies with my fiance. Like her in the other room on Xbox. I'm on PC. We played that for about 4 hours. That's the most. Only reason I played it is I had a buddy at work, and he loves. I mean, he still plays it right now. I'm pretty sure he was live up until like an hour ago. Playing Warzone, like that's his thing. He's like a Warzone guy, and he loves COD. You know, I used to. I got super drunk in 2022 in February, then bought Elden Ring, and since then there's nothing I want to play, nothing multiplayer. Yeah, that kind of woke me up from that nightmare where all I played from 2013 on was just bouncing between like Call of Duty, Halo, and Rainbow Six. Yeah, it's kind of nice. And Overwatch and Apex in college. Yeah, it's kind of nice to hop off the multiplayer train. I haven't even played Marvel Rivals. I added it to my library. I haven't even downloaded it. Oh, maybe I did. I have 6 minutes. I uninstalled it after 6 minutes. Maybe I'm crazy. It's crazy I've had COD got Black Ops 3 was my favorite games of all time. I agree. Yeah, absolutely. Black Ops 3 was incredible. Dude, Black Ops 3 was pre-Fortnite, was like the way to like, not say like to talk to people, but like guys you wouldn't normally talk to, because this is back in the day. You'd remember. I guess I don't know how old you are, but I'm gonna assume probably pretty close. Dude, I remember before Fortnite, I remember Black Ops 3, like there was guys I would never talk to at school. Guys I like didn't hardly knew, like I knew their name, didn't talk to them very much. Whoa, this light is doing nasty work, making me look like I'm swollen. Um, I remember guys I'd never talked to were like, "Yo, man, hop on. Let's run some fucking custom games, hide and seek, Michael Myers, zombies," and you would just hop on with random dudes. Now Fortnite did it 10 times better, right? It didn't matter who you were. Like you'd be in a class, and it's like everyone already had their squad for that night. So you just talk to a guy you've never known, you know. Like there'd be a guy on the basketball team, some other nerdy dude, me, and some other geek. And it's like, yo, man, let's all hop up. Let's four-man tonight. Fortnite. This is what, 2018? Yeah, I think it's 2018, not 2017. 28. Yeah, 18. And was like, yo, hop on. Let's go. I remember that. That was super cool. That felt like world peace. Because I know there's one dude I played I played Fort with one dude. He was on our basketball team. I think he plays for some college right now. Dude, he was 6'9", 6'8". It was crazy. He was terrible. But yeah, no, Black Ops 3. Dude, the amount of hours I put into the Easter eggs with the boys. Dude, I remember just playing, and I'm terrible. I wasn't good at video games until college. I mean, I'm talking about the worst of the worst, like the worst guy you know. Think about this. When I got Call of Duty Ghosts, that's what, 2013? 14. It wasn't 15. It was 14 maybe. I think it was 14. 2014. Don't even feel like that long ago Fortnite came out. Dude, I still remember playing Save the World before it was a Battle Royale. I remember with the was I talking about Black Ops Call of Duty Ghosts? Dude, imagine how bad you had to be. Like, talk about how bad I am at games. Dude, it was a good day if I managed to get a SATCOM 3 kill streak in Call of Duty Ghosts, right? It was a great day. 5 was unheard of. And the amount of chopper gunners I got in Ghosts online, I could probably count on one hand. I was almost Prestige 10. I think I was Prestige 9.5. Do you know how many games, how many hours you have to play, dropping like 5 or 6 kills, 10 kills a game to get those kind of levels? Yeah. But dude, I remember doing like, all right, who's getting the electricity? Who's going to be the monster? Who's going to unlock Pack-a-Punch? You got to get the worm. You got to go do the ritual. You got to, I never beat it. I think of all the hours we put in, I think it was beaten by like one group. Like there was like 10 of us. I think 4 people beat it like one time. And then Dreisendrach, with the bows, I didn't play the other 2, but the one with the bows, I think it was like my second favorite map for zombies. Like doing the ghost bow, or the wolf ghost one, I think is what it was. That's the only one I knew how to do, roughly. I remember doing that one. And dude, just hours and hours. Dude, it'd be Saturday morning, and we'd start, and we'd play all day, dude, and we'd take so long to do it. That's crazy to me. I've always been ridiculously good at games. People don't like to play with me because I'm always way too good, bro. Suffering from success. Wish I had that problem. Like, you don't understand. Like, games just never clicked for me. Why do you think I played Elden Ring for 400 hours and I'm like half decent? That's the only reason I'm half decent at it. If you're gonna play for 400 hours, if you're not half decent at the game, like, turn it off. I say that, but I can't beat Melania at level 1. Yeah. I stopped playing Fortnite. People stayed mad because I was too good. Bro, they had to get, you were too good. Your shit was too large, alright? People can't handle it. You're suffering from success right now. And I remember my internet, the large part of why I was so bad is we had growing up, until I moved out, until I was in college, we had a 3 megabyte download speed, and it was like a 0.2 upload, right? Like, we couldn't watch anything 1080p. Everything was, this is when you had to pay for, like, data, like, you had data caps. Before it was unlimited, so I'd have to watch YouTube at, like, 480 growing up. And, I remember, so anytime I'd play, I was like a 200 to 300 ping on a good day, playing with any of my friends or anything online. So that's why I started sniping and using snipers in the first Call of Duty I ever had in Ghosts. And that's the only thing I do now, really, that I enjoy. Like, I don't like sweating with an AR. Sometimes I use a shotgun. In 2019, I loved just using the double barrel and dropping, like, like nukes or whatever. But yeah, my internet was so bad. That's why I started sniping. So it was the only way I could, if I was lucky enough to lead the shot enough to where they were lagging towards, they would die. I wasn't gonna beat them in a one-on-one gunfight. which is crazy. And it would take me like 2 weeks to download games. Because I remember when Battlefield Hardline came out. There's a stinker. When that game came out, I remember it randomly dropped. I didn't follow any of the gaming news or anything about Battlefield. It drops one day. Dude, I remember, because anytime I play, or a new COD had come out, right? Like Black Ops 3, this happened. Like, Black Ops 3 drops. 2 weeks later, everyone's already like first prestige, second prestige, because people sweat it first. I'm just level 1, level 2. I'm always having to play catch up. And I still kind of suffer from that now where I'm like, I always worry, like, I gotta get home, I gotta download it, I gotta get this. More so for stream, right? Because I don't want to be downloading and pushing the stream back. But that's just because I used to always have to do that. I remember taking my Xbox to my dad's place of work, like his office, and hooking it up and having it download there. Because, I mean, I'm not even joking. You hook it up on the Xbox, and it'd be like, yeah, it'll be done downloading in, a week and, 3 days. Don't even get me started if the internet, because if the internet cut out at any point, it would just pause. It wouldn't restart, it would pause. Which was the worst. And the Xbox One had a huge problem where a lot of times, like, it would just, if you left it asleep for too long, it would just turn off. So every day I'd leave it running on, move the joystick a little bit, make sure it doesn't turn off, or turn it on out of sleep mode. Dude, miserable. You know what else I played a lot of? Advanced Warfare. And Advanced Warfare Zombies. It wasn't good, but I played a lot of it. With another one of my buddies. Well, yeah, one of my best friends. He lives a long ways away now. Not as far as some of the others, but we'd play a lot of Advanced Warfare Zombies. I remember waiting for every trailer to drop. Trailer would drop for the new map. We'd be on the phone like, yo, did you fucking see that? That shit was so crazy. Yeah. Good times, man. But I'm a big boy. I sit in my chair that when I got this chair. Speaking of, I've had this chair since Advanced Warfare. The same day I got this chair. I've had it since. The arms are, last week a screw fell out of it. Could have been important. Looked important. It was pretty big. It was like this. It was a huge old bolt. Haven't fallen out of it yet. But also, since my last stream, I haven't streamed since a long time. We didn't have a TV in the house, so I was 15, so I never had those problems. Yeah, I think I basically didn't have a TV. Like, it was miserable. Like, I'm locking down, like, I'm only playing, like, 2 hours at a time on the weekend. 3 hours. So I'm locking in 6 hours a week on my console. If my grades were good, it was crazy. Totally didn't lead to me having any sort of, addiction, video game addiction or anything that kind of got me screwed over in college. Totally no unforeseen circumstances of holding back, leisure time. But, yeah, well, I better get out of here. Definitely stream Friday. I'll decide between Helldivers and Space Marine 2. I'm fine with either. I really don't care. Might end up being Space Marine 2, but I know a new thing to drop for Helldivers looked really cool. Looked fun. Haven't played Helldivers in a long time, actually. Had a lot of fun with it. But yeah, I'll make sure to get both those downloaded, ready to go. I could have just turned the stream on and played more Elden Ring, but I can't do it. I've also fully transitioned to the PlayStation controller. As an Xbox fanboy, I can confirm the PlayStation controller is absolutely superior. Right. Got a fight Friday. Hopefully you stream it afterwards or before. Hey, I guess we'll see. Hey, good luck on Friday, though, if you're not here. You have a good night. That'll be it for me. See ya.